Her mom asked why we weren't engaged yet, and my girlfriend said, because what if someone better comes along? I heard it all from the stairs, so I canceled the lease, took everything I paid for, and the next time I walked into that house, it was with her sister. I was halfway up the stairs when I heard it, not yelling, not whispering, just a casual laugh, like it was the funniest thing in the world. And then her voice, light and sharp, slicing through me before I could even understand what I was hearing. Because what if someone better comes along? Silence. Then her mom chuckled. Oh, honey, don't say that in front of him. But it's true, my girlfriend, ex-girlfriend, said. I mean, he's nice and all, but I don't want to settle just because it's convenient. That's not love. I stopped breathing. Literally stopped. I was frozen on the fourth step, holding a grocery bag, with the sound of her betrayal buzzing in my ears like white noise. That word, convenient, stung harder than any insult I'd ever heard. I'd paid the rent. I'd covered the utilities. I drove her to work when her car died. I picked up her sister from community college more times than I could count. And apparently, I was just convenient. You know when your heart breaks? It's not loud. It's not even sudden. It's a slow, sinking sensation, like drowning in warm water. I just stood there, realizing every late night I stayed up listening to her vent, every weekend I sacrificed to visit her family out of state, all of it. It was a placeholder. I was a placeholder. I walked back down those stairs without making a sound, took the groceries straight to my car, didn't even close the trunk, drove to a Starbucks just to breathe. My hands were shaking so bad I couldn't even hold the coffee. It's not just what she said. It's how she said it. Like it was obvious. Like she'd said it before. I started thinking, was that what I was this whole time? A backup plan until something shinier came along? A glorified handyman with a stable job and low expectations? We were supposed to renew our lease that week. 2-bedroom house in Wilmington. Cute porch. I'd painted the damn walls myself. I canceled it. I waited until she was at work. Packed everything I paid for. Bed frame, TV, the couch, my gaming setup, all the kitchenware because guess who bought that too? Left her a mattress on the floor and a broken coffee maker she never used anyway. And I was done. Or at least I thought I was. Because I didn't realize what real betrayal felt like until 3 weeks later, when I walked back into that house, this time with her sister. And she was still sitting there, on that damn mattress. 3 weeks of silence. That's how long it took before she finally texted me, not to apologize, not to ask where I was, just, hey, did you take the microwave? I didn't respond. Then another one a few hours later. I think we should talk. Yeah? Now you think? The thing is, I wanted to talk. At first, I wanted her to beg. I wanted her to say it was a mistake, that she didn't mean it, that her mom twisted it out of context. But she didn't. Not once. Not even in the 5 messages that followed, each getting colder and more irritated. You're being petty. Seriously, grow up. My mom thinks you were always too emotional anyway. And that's when the dam broke. I was at my buddy Leo's place when I read that last text. We'd gone to high school together, stayed close. I hadn't told him the whole story yet, just said the lease fell through and I needed a place to crash. But that night, I told him everything. Every word I heard on the stairs. Every time I paid her credit card, just this once. Every time I bought groceries while she waited for a freelance check. Leo didn't say much, just handed me a beer, took a long drag from his vape, and said, she's a black hole, man. Sucks in whatever's near and leaves nothing but debt and bad credit. And then, her sister, Erica, messaged me. Erica was 22nd art student. She used to crash on our couch sometimes when things at home got too chaotic. We'd talk late into the night about dumb movies and weird dreams and how neither of us really understood what the hell we were doing with our lives. There was always this quiet understanding between us, like we both knew we were orbiting around the same messed up family drama, just on different planes. Her message was simple. So, you're finally out? And I don't know what possessed me, but I replied. We started talking. Nothing flirty, just real. She told me she wasn't surprised, that her sister had always been like this. She doesn't love people, Erica said. She loves what they can do for her. That hit me hard, because it was true. We talked more. Then we met up. Not for a date, just coffee. I was nervous as hell, like I was doing something wrong. But the second I saw her, the guilt vanished. She looked tired, like she'd been carrying something heavy for years and just realized she could put it down. We sat in the corner of this little bookstore cafe. She told me things, everything, about how their mom drilled it into them that men are meant to provide, about how my ex used to joke, even before we moved in together, that she'd never marry someone who couldn't cover rent on his own, about how she bragged to her friends that she'd found someone dumb enough to act like a husband without the paperwork. I sat there, fingers clenched around my coffee cup, trying not to let my rage show. Erica just looked at me and said, you didn't deserve that. You never did. And something shifted. That's the night I made the decision, not just to stay gone, but to end whatever illusion she had of control over me. I wasn't going to play nice anymore. I was going to make sure the next time I walked through that door, she'd understand exactly what she'd lost. It was Erica's idea, not mine. Okay, maybe that's not fair. Maybe it wasn't her idea outright, but she knew what she was doing when she said, "You should see the look on her face when people mention you," like she's trying to pretend it doesn't sting. We were in my truck, parked outside a Thai place we'd grabbed takeout from, just talking. She'd become my safe place so fast it scared me a little. No expectations, no judgment, just someone who saw me. Like really saw me. I said, mostly as a joke, "Would love to see that face in person." And she raised one eyebrow, sipped her iced tea and said, "Then maybe we should go back." She meant the house. The house my ex was still in. The one with bare walls now. No couch, no TV, no table, no silverware. Just her and that ratty mattress, living in the empty shell I left behind. "You're joking," I said. Erica looked me dead in the eyes. "Do I look like I'm joking?" And that's how it happened. That Friday, we pulled into the driveway of the house I used to share with her, with the keys I never gave back, because the lease was in my name, and she was squatting. I won't pretend I wasn't nervous. I was. My palms were sweating. My heart felt like it was trying to slam through my ribs, but the look on Erica's face kept me steady, calm, centered, and maybe a little savage. We walked up to the front door like we owned the place, because technically, I did. I unlocked it. Erica stepped inside first, and there she was, sitting on that same stained mattress, wearing my hoodie. Her eyes widened like she'd seen a ghost. "You?" she said, voice cracking. "What the hell are you doing here?" I didn't answer right away. Just stepped inside, hands in my pockets, and looked around. Same broken blinds, same dishes piled in the sink, same chipped mug on the floor next to her, mine. She hadn't cleaned. She hadn't replaced anything. She was living in my leftovers. And then she saw Erica. "What the F is she doing here?" she barked, jumping to her feet like she was ready to throw something. Erica smiled. Not smug, just sad. "I came to see what convenient looked like up close." "Don't," my ex said, voice rising. "You don't get to waltz in here with him. You're my sister." "No," Erica said quietly. "I'm a sister. I'm not your punching bag." And then she looked at me, waiting. I took a deep breath and let it out. "This is my house," I said slowly. "The lease is canceled. Utilities are shut off Monday. You've got the weekend to be gone." She shook her head, tears welling up fast. "You can't do this. I live here." "You lived with me," I corrected. "You said I was a placeholder. So consider this me making space for whoever you thought was better." She walked toward me, fast, eyes wide and watery. "Come on. You're not really doing this. You're not that cruel." And in that moment, I felt it. The shift, the weight sliding off my shoulders. I smiled. Not cruel. Just free. "No," I said. "You are." She didn't cry at first. That surprised me. She just stood there, blinking at us like she couldn't compute what was happening. Like if she stayed still long enough, the moment would glitch and undo itself. "You're not serious," she said finally, her voice flat. "You're just trying to scare me." Erica laughed. Sharp, humorless. "You scared him every day for 2 years. You mocked him, drained him. And now you're mad he found someone who sees his worth? Pathetic." That's when the crying started. Not the soft kind either. The ugly, heaving kind. Mascara smudged, nose running, words breaking apart in her throat. "Oh my God. I didn't mean it like that. That day with my mom, I was just venting. I didn't think you heard me." I tilted my head. "That makes it worse." She reached for me, and I took a step back. She looked like a drowning person grabbing at air. "Please, you don't understand. I was scared. I don't do commitment well. I panicked. But I love you. I always have. I wanted so badly to believe that 6 months ago. Hell, even 3 weeks ago. But now, all I could think about was that night on the stairs. The way she sounded when she said it. Casual. Light. Like I was a coach she might not take into the next season." I looked around. "You've got 72 hours, then I'm calling the cops." That broke something in her. She screamed. Full body, rage-filled scream like a banshee in a horror movie. "You're nothing without me. You're a loser with a steady paycheck. You think Erica's better? She's a child. She's a disaster." Erica didn't flinch, just crossed her arms. "And yet I'm not the one begging," she said. That's when my ex lost it. She grabbed a lamp, one of my old lamps she hadn't managed to break yet, and hurled it at the wall. It missed by a foot, but the crash was thunderous. She kicked the mattress, started yanking drawers open, muttering curses, throwing things, just unraveling, like a tantrum in slow motion. I didn't move. I let her have her chaos. Let her feel it. Every broken dish, every slammed door, every ounce of guilt she tried to dump on me over the years, I let it pour out of her. And then, when she finally collapsed onto that mattress, sobbing into her knees, I turned to Erica and nodded. Time to go. We left her there, in the wreckage she created. Update 1. Okay, wow. I did not expect this post to blow up the way it did. I figured a handful of folks would read it, maybe call her a narcissist, maybe tell me I dodged a bullet, but instead, y'all flooded my inbox with everything from king behavior to, bro, are you sure you're not the villain here? Ha 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 ha. So let me address a few things. First, yes, I really did walk back into that house with her sister. And no, it wasn't planned for drama points. But damn, if you could have seen her face. Some of y'all said I should have filmed it. Honestly, I didn't need to. That moment is burned into my memory in 4K. Second, those of you who messaged me like, how could you do that to her? She just made one comment. Buddy, that wasn't one comment. That was the mask slipping. You think it started with, what if someone better comes along? Nah, that was just the first time she said it out loud. The disrespect? That had been growing like mold under the sink for months. Also, Erica. Yeah, that's gotten complicated. Some of you called her shady for stepping in while her sister was still technically in the picture. I get that. I do. But if you knew what I knew, if you'd seen what I saw in that house over the last 2 years, you'd understand that Erica and I, we were survivors of the same storm. She wasn't taking sides. She was finally stepping out of the shadows her sister cast over everyone. The wildest part? My ex has not stopped texting. She started slow, I'm sorry. I miss you. I didn't mean it. Then came the threats. You'll regret this. I'll tell everyone what you did. Followed by the classic guilt bombs. You're tearing this family apart. She even dragged her mom into it. But you know what I realized? That house may have been empty now, but for the first time in years, I could breathe. And that breath? It's about to turn into fire. Revenge is coming. Stay tuned. I didn't plan to ruin her. Not at first. I just wanted peace. Closure. Maybe a clean exit. But then she started showing up at my job. I work in commercial installations. Contractor life, lots of moving pieces. I was overseeing a site in Raleigh when she rolled up in a black sedan I knew she couldn't afford, wearing sunglasses and entitlement like armor. She walked right onto the site. No hard hat, no vest, just drama. You need to stop avoiding me, she said, loud enough for the crew to hear. You can't just ghost someone you lived with. The guys froze. Half were staring, half pretending not to. I walked her off-site fast, pulled her behind a trailer, kept my voice calm. You show up here again, I get a restraining order. She scoffed. For what? Loving you too much? I stared. You never loved me. You loved what I gave you. And then she said it, the line that flipped the switch. Fine. Maybe I used you, but you let me. So who's really the idiot? That's when the rage solidified into something colder. Calculated. I didn't yell. I didn't swing. I smiled. Thanks for clarifying. She didn't know it yet, but she just gave me permission. That night, I dug up every receipt, every invoice, every Venmo transfer, and Amazon confirmation. I'd kept them all. I didn't even know why at the time. Maybe some part of me always knew this would blow up. Over $14,000 in stuff. Rent, utilities, furniture, her dentist appointment, her dog's surgery, her little sister's books for school, half the groceries for an entire year, her $300 brand development course that was just a Pinterest board, and a wine night with her influencer friend. And the kicker? I paid her car insurance for 4 months. The car she still drove. I drafted it all into a spreadsheet. Organized, labeled, attached proof. Then I emailed it to her mom. Subject line. Since you're so concerned about the engagement timeline, maybe you can help her settle this debt. Petty? Maybe. But I wasn't done. She'd been telling people she kicked me out, that I went crazy, that I was possessive and unstable. Her friends were DMing me. One even sent a meme of a trash can on fire with "you" written underneath. So I dropped the receipts, screenshots, the stairs moment, her texts, the lease in my name, the utilities she never paid, the mattress photo, her screaming at Erica, the lamp she threw. I didn't post it. I just sent it to the group chat she ran with her girlfriends. You know, the one she used to rant about while laughing on speakerphone in our kitchen. No caption, just a message. This is the person you were defending. That bomb. Nuclear. One friend screenshotted it and posted it to her IG story. Another forwarded it to her boss. She'd just applied for a marketing job at the same company. Apparently, they don't hire people who lie about domestic disputes. By Monday, she'd been ghosted by 2 job leads, her friends were radio silent, and her mom. Oh, her mom called me to say thank you. Said it was about time someone put her in her place. I didn't answer. I was busy. You see, that weekend, Erica and I were shopping for a couch. A real one. For our new place. We didn't expect her dad to show up. Erica and I had just signed the lease on a new apartment. Nothing fancy, but bright clean, ours. We were still unpacking when someone knocked on the door. 3 short bangs. Firm aggressive. Erica froze. That's him, she whispered. I opened the door and there he was. Mr. Wallace, the family patriarch. Broad-shouldered, stiff-collared, and furious in a Sunday suit even though it was Thursday. You think this is funny? He growled, storming inside without waiting. You humiliate my daughter, Drag my other daughter into your little revenge fantasy, and now you're playing house like it's all normal? I stood my ground. She humiliated herself. I just turned the lights on. He pointed a finger in my face. You're a man. You're supposed to protect a woman's dignity, not torch it in public. Erica cut in. No, Dad. He did protect someone's dignity. Mine. Mr. Wallace turned to her, mouth falling open like he'd just realized she wasn't the shy, obedient daughter anymore. You're defending him? You weren't there, she said. You didn't see what she became. You didn't see how she talked about him. About all of us. Like we were just stepping stones to her next phase. He shook his head. She's still your sister. Erica didn't flinch. Then maybe she should have acted like it. That's when the shouting started. Not just raised voices, shouting. Him calling us selfish. Her calling out his blind favoritism. Me trying to stay calm while he accused me of seducing his daughter out of spite. He even said, if you were a real man, you'd stay out of their lives completely. And that was it. I opened my phone, scrolled to the folder labeled Stairs, played the voice recording. Yeah, I recorded that moment. That day, on the stairs, her laughing. What if someone better comes along? The room went dead quiet. Erica's dad listened in stunned silence, his face slack, jaw twitching. He looked between us like something fundamental had cracked inside him. Then, without another word, he walked out. We didn't see him again. But her sister? Oh, she saw him. That night, because apparently he showed up at her place next. And when she answered the door, thinking Daddy was coming to comfort her, he dropped a manila envelope at her feet. Inside, every receipt I'd sent her mom, a handwritten note clipped to the front. Pay what you owe, or don't. But don't come back here until you've grown up. She called me 15 times that night. I didn't answer. Update 2. All right, Internet. I wasn't going to say anything, but some of y'all got real bold in the comments after part 5 and 6 dropped, and I get it. I do. This story sounds like something out of a Netflix limited series called Messy. But some of the messages? Woof. First off, shout out to the user who messaged, Bro, I wouldn't even let her sister borrow a hoodie after that. Real talk. Erica did steal one of my hoodies, but unlike her sister, she gave it back washed and folded. That's character. Now, about Erica, because Reddit's divided. Some of you were like, she's the real MVP, while others are convinced she's got a master plan and I'm just her next stepping stone. Let me be clear. I've never met someone more emotionally honest than her. And trust me, I was watching for red flags like a TSA agent on caffeine. But this girl showed up when her whole family told her not to. She backed me when I had nothing but receipts and ruined credit. She didn't just believe me. She knew the pattern because she grew up in it. Still, it messed with my head. The guilt, the second guessing. I kept asking myself, am I doing this to move on or to get even? Erica answered that for me. Last night, she took me to the spot her sister used to go when she needed to feel important. This overlook above the city, where you could see every blinking light like a constellation of people just living. We sat on the hood of my truck. She handed me a letter. It was from my ex, unopened. Erica had found it tucked in the doorframe of our new place. Handwritten, no postage, just my name on the front. I didn't read it, she said. But you can, or you can toss it. Up to you. I didn't open it. I tossed it into the wind. And for the first time in months, I slept without dreaming of stairs. I should have known she wouldn't stay quiet. The letter wasn't her giving up, it was bait. 2 days after I tossed it, Erica got a DM from some random account with 0 followers, no profile picture, and a single post, a blurry photo of us at the overlook, my hand on her leg, her head on my shoulder, taken from behind. The caption? Hope he's worth losing your whole family. We stared at the screen in silence. She followed us, Erica said, voice flat. She stalked us, I corrected. It escalated quick. That burner account started tagging Erica's college, her professors, her art portfolio page, spammed them with screenshots of old photos, calling her a homewrecker, a sister thief, emotionally unstable. At first, we tried to ignore it, but then her academic advisor pulled her aside. You okay? They asked. We received some unusual messages. That's when I snapped. This wasn't just bitterness anymore. This was sabotage. I opened my laptop and built a timeline. Every incident, every post, every phone call and voicemail, the fake accounts, the stalker messages, even the plate number of the sedan that showed up outside our apartment twice in the same week. Because yeah, I noticed. Then I filed a harassment report. Erica's school opened a formal complaint. Campus security got involved. A restraining order was issued. Temporary at first, but very, very real. Her mom called again, not to apologize, to beg. You're blowing this out of proportion, she said. She's just heartbroken. You were supposed to marry her, not humiliate her. I didn't say a word. Just forwarded her the screenshots. She never called again. But the damage? It hit her hard. Turns out, when you weaponize lies and burner accounts while job hunting and marketing, word gets around. She didn't just lose her interviews, she lost her online credibility. Her ex-friends unfollowed her. Her ex-boss messaged me privately to say, "Guess I owe you an apology." We had no idea what she was like. The final nail? Her sister blocked her. Everywhere. Socials. Phone. Email. Even Venmo. When the restraining order became permanent, Erica handed me her phone and said, "She texted this morning, said I ruined her life." I took the phone, read the message, and all I said was, "She finally got something right." It ended in silence. Not the dramatic kind, not a screaming match or some teary confrontation in a rainstorm. Just absence. The kind of silence that stretches for weeks, then months, until you realize it's permanent. After the restraining order held up, she disappeared. Not literally, she still existed, still posted filtered coffee pics and vague quotes about healing. But from our lives, gone. Like a ghost trying to stay relevant in a world that moved on without her. Erica flourished. Her art portfolio got picked up for a gallery show. She graduated a semester early. We got a dog, a ridiculous mutt with one ear that flops and a snore louder than my truck's engine. Named him Chance because we're cheesy like that. Me? I started sleeping again. Deep, dreamless sleep. The kind you don't even realize you've been missing until it returns. And the house? The old one. Where it all fell apart? It's been rented out. Some newlywed couple moved in. I drove by once just to see. They'd put fairy lights on the porch. The lawn was mowed. It looked happy. I smiled. Then I got the final message. From her dad. A voicemail. Calm, quiet, strained. "I don't expect a reply. I just wanted you to know. She moved back in. With us. Says she's trying to reset. Not sure what that means, but if you ever wonder if you made the right call, just know you did. I see it now." Click. That was it. No, I'm sorry. No redemption arc. Just a weary father finally pulling the blinders off. A man watching the mess his daughter became, realizing she did it with her eyes wide open. I never called him back. Didn't need to. Because in the end, there was no blowout. No last big scene. Just a girl in an empty house, waiting for someone better to come along, while the person who was already enough walked away and never looked back. That was the revenge. Not rage, absence. Because nothing haunts a narcissist like being left behind in a story they no longer control. And me? I've never felt lighter.